This is the story of a thug living in the forest and his two daughters who would deceive and rob travelers passing through the jungle, eventually killing them. But one day, a traveler came along who changed all their lives forever. An angry king exiled his son due to some fault of his. Saddened, the prince took 4 rubies and some gold coins with him to sustain himself and left his father's palace with a heavy heart. After walking for some time, he reached a place a little away from the city where he saw the hermitage of a sage. The prince bowed respectfully to the sage and sat down to one side. When the sage saw his sad face and the expensive clothes he was wearing, he asked, "Child, who are you and how have you come here?" The prince replied, "Your Holiness, I am Mahendragupta, the son of King Chandragupta. My father has exiled me, so I am going to a foreign land. On the way I saw your hermitage, and I felt like seeking your blessings before continuing my journey." Hearing Mahendragupta's words, the sage said, "Son, you are a noble person, and since you are going to a foreign land, I will share 4 pieces of advice with you. Follow them and they will surely be of great help to you in a foreign place." A sage once gave 4 pieces of advice to a prince before he set off on a journey. 1. In a foreign land, 2 are better than 1. 2. Never eat food made by others, and if you must, feed it to an animal first. 3. Never sleep on someone else's prepared bed, and if you must, shake it out first. And 4. If trapped by enemies, use kindness and wisdom to achieve your goal. The prince set off, and one day in a forest, he saw an eagle drop a baby turtle. Feeling compassionate, he saved the turtle. Thinking it would fulfill the sage's first advice, the turtle became his companion. After traveling for days, the prince rested under a tree, unaware it was home to a snake and a crow who killed travelers. The snake would bite them, and the crow would pluck out their eyes. As the prince slept, the snake bit him, and he died. The turtle, seeing his lifeless body, cried and sat on him. When the crow came to pluck out his eyes, the turtle bit its neck and refused to let go. The crow called the snake for help, but when the snake bit the turtle, it retreated into its shell, unharmed, thus protecting itself and avenging the prince's death. The snake struck the turtle's back multiple times, but each time the turtle pulled its head inside. When the snake couldn't overpower the turtle, it pleaded with the turtle, "Please let go of my friend." Hearing this, the turtle replied, "No, you bit my friend. Now I will take your friend's life. If you release my friend, I will revive yours." Saying this, the snake sucked the poison out of Mahendragupta's body where he had bitten him and said, "Now let my friend go." When the turtle saw that the prince was regaining consciousness and the poison was leaving his body, he released the crow. When Mahendragupta regained consciousness, the turtle narrated the entire incident of the snake's bite. After hearing this, Mahendragupta recalled the first piece of advice given by the sage: 2 are better than 1. He thought at least one of the sage's teachings came in handy. Grateful in his heart, he silently thanked the sage and moved forward. After a few days of travel, they reached the seashore. The turtle's child said, "Friend, my homeland has arrived. If you wish, I can introduce you to my parents. I have been away from them for so long. They must be very distressed." Mahendragupta allowed him to go, and he stayed overnight near the forest by the seashore. In the same forest, not far away, lived the family of a thug. The thug had 2 daughters and 4 sons. The eldest daughter was skilled in astrology and could sense if a traveler passing through the forest carried something valuable. That day, after a long time, she sensed the presence of great treasures nearby. She told her father, "It seems a traveler has arrived in this forest, and he possesses 4 rubies. If you can bring him here, I will handle the task of obtaining the rubies. If we acquire those rubies, we will be prosperous for life. However, do not kill him. Bring him alive." The thug and his sons set out in search of the traveler. Soon, they found a man sleeping under a tree. They thought, "This must be the traveler with the rubies." They captured him and brought him to their eldest daughter, saying, "Now it is your job to extract the rubies from him." The eldest daughter confidently replied, "Don't worry, I will get the rubies from him." However, when the thug's younger daughter saw Mahendragupta, she was captivated by him and fell in love at first sight. Afraid of her brothers, she didn't dare say anything, but in her heart, she began devising a way to save him. Later, the eldest daughter prepared food and mixed poison in it. She served the poisoned food to Mahendragupta. As soon as the plate was placed before him, Mahendragupta remembered the sage's second piece of advice: always test your food when in unfamiliar places. He took a small portion of the food and gave it to a dog nearby. The moment the dog ate the food, it died instantly. Seeing this, Mahendragupta refused to eat the food and thought the sage's second advice also proved useful. When her plan failed, the eldest daughter became furious but suppressed her anger. She arranged a bed for Mahendragupta and said, "Traveler, your bed has been prepared in the upper room. Go and rest now." Exhausted from his long journey, Mahendragupta went upstairs and saw a clean, neatly arranged bed. He thought, "What's done is done. After many days, I might finally get some peaceful sleep." As he was about to sit on the bed, he remembered the sage's third piece of advice: always shake the bed before sleeping in a foreign place. He shook the bed and was shocked to discover that it was made of loose threads with a pit of fire beneath it. Looking down, he saw blazing embers burning in the pit. He thought, the sage's third advice also saved my life. Grateful once again, he thanked the sage silently and lay down on a broken cot nearby. The prince, who was earlier hoping for a peaceful night's sleep, now found sleep miles away. His life was in grave danger, and he thought, surviving tonight seems impossible. At that moment, the thug's younger daughter sneaked in and said, "Oh dear, I am devoted to you with all my heart, but tonight I am powerless."